On today's episode, we will be recapping 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, and on next week's episode, we will be recapping The Closer by Kennedy Ryan. Be sure to follow us on Instagram for updates and additional announcements. Tanisha, first things first, since it is a new year, I want to ask, what is your reading goal this year? How many books do you want to read this year?
If I could do 50 this year, I'd be fine.
That's actually pretty good because I had 35.
Yeah, but I feel like we'll surpass that easily, like especially like as we record and stuff. Last year, I ended up reading way more because of this podcast, and so like you end up just eating more books outside of the books that you already reading. So I think we can hit it.
Did you see people on Twitter? And girl, I had deleted my Twitter last week. That's a whole nother conversation. But this was the straw that broke the camel's back for me because Twitter was already just being
Oh my
negative.
God, when they were talking about like fiction books don't count.
Yeah, and they was mad because that girl was reading 108 books. Like, why
It's
are
like,
y'all
baby,
mad?
what nonfiction or fiction, how many have you read this year? That's what I be like. It's like Twitter, I feel like there's a subset of us. Okay, there are sections of it, right? Like a lot of us who've been on there for years, since like high school, like when we were young, you know how to navigate it, and you like 80% of this is bullshit. Yeah. Yes, 80% of this is bullshit, and now I am also swimming in a net with all the people from the slow classes in school. Like we're all just combined in one big space, and people are gonna have opinions, and so a lot of that stuff I be just having to shut out.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if this is rage bait or this is genuinely like people are mad because somebody likes to read. They like, oh, both. You mad because you like to read,
and then they're like, look at the genre. They want to zoom in. They are all fiction and romance books. I'm like, reading is reading, dog.
Right.
Like
it's no. I told my mom this. I said it's no different from when you binge in a show. If I like reading
absolutely.
a good book, I like reading a good book. So why is that?
And I'm actually using my brain while I'm doing it. So
and I actually learned a lot of shit from
you do.
It's
impossible. It's impossible not to read a new book and learn something. You're going to learn something about something that you did know a little bit about, but you're still gaining information. Like it doesn't matter. Like writing is writing. I'm not listening to opinions from people who don't read at all. Like
especially like in this book in 7 Days in June, I didn't even know about that chronic illness that she had. But we'll
same. I did, yeah. But this book was so beautifully written. I love 7 Days in June so bad.
But I do want to talk back on that Twitter topic. I feel like people who get mad are people who used to like when you used to popcorn read and they used to get called on and they used to be stuttering when they was reading. I feel like those
reading
are
with
people
their finger.
Yeah. I feel like those are the people who get mad or whatever. But
like you mad.
Right. Like why are you mad? Why are you so outraged? Because people like to read. Like if you don't like to read, you just don't like to read. It's okay. Like it's not no big deal. But
yeah.
Like you like to read, ho?
That was insane.
Like and it's
like y'all are mad.
Right, and I don't understand why people don't understand because it is very possible to read 100 books in a year because
it absolutely is.
Because if I didn't have to work every day, I would read every day, of course. I think
all the time. Like the only thing, like if I didn't have to get up and go to work in the morning, and I would read throughout the night. Like I would never stop. I only put it down sometimes because I got other stuff to do.
I would probably be finishing 5 books a week if I was able to read like all the time. Like most
non-stop.
of the time when I read is when I read when I'm like having these insomnia nights, and I also read right before I go to sleep, and I read. Yeah, most of the time it's insomnia nights, but most of the time I set aside an hour every day to read. Yeah, in general. But
mine is like I'm trying to squeeze in the free periods. Yep, and then like in between them gaps, like I love having me a good book to read in between, like. You know?
And don't let it be a Sunday and it's raining and I ain't got nothing to do, no errands to run. Oh,
perfect.
Baby. Perfect.
I'm sitting on my white noise machine. Yup. I'm finishing this.
Yeah, with my lo-fi music, lo-fi
yep.
with that in the background.
with some type of white noise in the back, and I'm finna get into this book. Don't bother me.
I want to start our discussion off with asking you this question, Tanisha. So, if you had to go back and tell your 18-year-old self something, what would you tell her? And not an actual lesson, not like nothing like some, oh, I'll go back and reveal the lottery numbers. Not no shit like that. Like, actually, like, some advice that you would tell your 18-year-old self.
I would have told her that she has a lot of time and she does not have to make every decision right now. Like, explore all your options and stuff right now while you can, while it's okay for you to be young and naive and simple. Like, I did a lot, but I could have done a lot more. That's what I would tell myself. Like, explore all your avenues while you're 18 and going into your 20s.
And I wanted to ask this question because, you know, we all have different, when I think of like myself in my life, I think of different versions of myself.
Same.
I don't know if you ever, like, in your head, you have a visual of your younger self or how you
I
look
absolutely do. At every
I know
era.
how you look. Yeah, I remember how you look. And I know you remember how I look. But it's like when I see you now, it's like you look totally different. I know I look totally different. So that's why I wanted to lead into this conversation in 7 Days in June, because we meet Eva and Shane, and they met each other early on in their senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And when they first reconnect, and we're gonna dive into a summary in a quick second. When they first reconnect, he keeps calling her by her actual first name.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so significant in this book. I just thought, I didn't think it's like, I thought it was very important, and I thought it was cute too, because it's like, only certain people will call you. Yeah, it's like some people will only call you certain things because they remember you from a certain time, and it's just like you have to come to a realization like that's not that same person anymore at all.
That was like one of the most beautiful facets of this book to me, because it's like they reconnected, and it's like to them they're still those people until they start figuring out like what happened with each other in the gap since they've seen each other. It's like now their ages is starting to fill out, but I love that. It was just it's such a beautiful story.
Yes. But let's go into a summary right quick of 7 Days in June.
So in this book, we meet Eva. Her real name is Genevieve. Child, her name is Genevieve. And then we meet Shane. Eva has her own difficulties growing up. You know, she takes care of her mom, who has like a drinking problem, and she does all this stuff with men to make sure that she keep a roof over their head. And Shane grew up in foster care. He has a very dark story, but either way, they both meet each other as troubled teenagers, seniors in high school. Eva was cutting. She deals with these mind-splitting migraines. They run in her family, we find out later, but they carry her throughout her entire life. Like, she's dealing with this pain every day of her life. And then Shane sells drugs and does drugs. That's how they meet each other, and they go down this destructive week together where they're doing all this stuff during their senior year of high school, and then boom, we fast forward 12 years later. Eva is an author. She writes erotic witch vampire stories. She has a series called Cursed, and Shane is a writer in his own right. He writes those deep thrillers or whatever, but you know, every once in a while he's very mysterious. People don't know much about him. Anyway, they end up reconnecting at a book signing event, and it all comes spiraling back to them. And this story is really just how they made their way back to each other and helped each other along the way.
You know what I really liked about this novel as well? Well, first I want to start off by saying, y'all tripping whoever was saying that this book wasn't good.
I couldn't believe that.
Yes, I was really upset when people were saying that they didn't
This
like
is
book.
one of my favorite books that we've read. This was so good.
But I like this book because we dive into that world of authors. And
Same.
like that whole circle of authors being around different authors.
Black authors and all the different kinds.
Yeah, and it's levels to this authorship.
Yes.
Like, you know, they running like different cliques, you know.
Right.
It's that type of thing. And I didn't
This did make me want to write a series. Like right? This did make me want to write something. Like, the way they talk about writing is like, I do have a few stories I'd like to write. Like, this book just made you think so many different things at once. And she really put you right there, like, in the mind of these writers. So it was
like,
really
oh,
good
this
book.
is what goes on. Like, oh, this
right?
is what they be having these like events,
the little
and
galas
these award
and stuff.
shows and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it was.
You remember when?
Sorry. What happened?
You remember when Giselle on Real Housewives? Sorry. I think she went to some award show. That book that she wrote, like that preacher's wife drama book. It was like season 4 of Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of this book award she went to, and it was so low budget. It was like, but she's just like, I'm being honored today and it's like, Giselle. But she had wrote like this preacher's wife, like, scandal type of book. And I guess she got an award for it. That just reminded me of that when you said award shows.
You know,
I'm sorry. She was
and I've seen all episodes of this, and that has been completely erased from my mind.
Because it wasn't important. It was like 3 episodes, and her and Robin was acting like it was the biggest thing in the world, child.
I mean, I will say, if you write a book, it is a big,
I mean, that's beautiful.
It is
that's great. But I read that book, and it wasn't.
Oh, dang.
But
because it's like I don't feel like nothing wrong with no preacher's wife. Like, that ain't interesting.
And it's like, no offense, Giselle, we already knew all this stuff. It's like she was telling the story of her and Jamal through another lady's lens, but she's like revealing all the stuff that we already know, that we already knew. So it's
I
like,
just feel like we don't care about stuff.
We don't care, Giselle. Like, that's what it was, and it was just her like trying to shit on Karen, and she just like making it. I'm an author who did this and this, and we like. Giselle,
you also had a makeup line that nobody even.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Every hue beauty.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's go.
They're gonna go on that podcast and talk about us.
Whatever. I don't even know how reasonably shady even be having like so many. Let me not talk.
Who's watching that? I'm sorry. Go ahead. We're gonna go back. Sorry.
Who's listening to that? Well, it's people who listening to it, and they actually doing pretty good. So I ain't gonna not.
They are
reasonably shady.
I'm a hush, but that's just reminding me of that when we was talking about these award shows.
Right. I'm gonna watch them at 7:00 tonight. We recording on Sunday, y'all. But anyway, let's start this discussion. It says, right. Eva Mercy is an author who feels creatively stuck, grateful to a series that has made her not only successful and given her a devoted following, but also pigeonholed her as a certain type of writer. Discuss the challenges that artists can experience in changing style. She was just in a book funk. Well, she had writer's block, didn't she?
Yeah, and I don't think she was really trying so much as to change her style as to like figure out what her new style was. Like, she was growing out of the whole teenage love story, you know, sex, witch, vampire stuff. And she's trying to figure out how to evolve. And I think also Shane popping up out of nowhere with him, Sebastian, one of the main characters, being based on him. Yeah, now she can like wrap that up, and I think it's going to take her to a whole new level.
Yeah, she closed a chapter. I really liked in the book after the event that they ended up seeing each other again after the event happened, and they were talking, and she was like, "Stop writing about me." And he was
and he's like, "You first." Like, y'all both writing about each other. He gagged her so bad on that stage, and he was just like, "Actually," I'm like, he done read all your books, girl.
Yes,
you know, like I know that was a moment.
Right. I was like, and then her head up there banging, everything just hurting. And I do.
Oh my God.
I want to talk about that right quick. I do want to talk about her illness and these headaches. Because what was it called? Is it called an invisible illness? Is that what it's called?
Like invisible disability, yeah.
Yeah. So, because what does that necessarily mean? It's just like you don't know exactly what this is. But
they're able to.
Yeah.
They're able to function like throughout the day, and we wouldn't know anything is going on, but they're really dealing with like a chronic illness.
Because it just seemed like it was so painful, because I know this is a bit off topic, because my head be hurting if I don't have coffee the first thing in the morning. I end up having like a really bad headache around 1 o'clock or so if I don't have coffee that morning. And of course, I'm just thinking like, okay, I hate having a headache. My head be banging. Like it be banging. So I'm just thinking about somebody who has a chronic illness, and that's something that they have migraines, these excruciating migraines every day. I don't know how you are walking around functioning or even doing anything. Like, so I just thought, like, highlighting that in general about somebody walking around, they still have to do these events, go to this, raise a daughter.
Take care of her child,
Like, and I'm just thinking, you have this banging headache. I get a headache. I need to take an aspirin. I need to go sit down, go take a nap real quick.
Yeah, because, like, mine, I don't think it's as bad as hers, but I definitely get, like, bad migraines maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and it's like, I can't be around nobody, like, them lights or nothing. So every single day, absolutely not. I don't know how she did it.
Right. So I'm glad they highlighted it. It was something that she's been dealing with for so long. I want to go back and kind of talk about them when they spent those 7 days together when they were 17, 18 years old. So I will say this for one. Her mama is messed up. Her mama is very messed up.
Oh, she's awful.
Very awful. I don't even about want to call her no prostitute, but I don't know what to call her. But I didn't care for that. It just really made me very aggravated. Two, I want to overall just talk about the overdose.
I mean, like, that was the thing really that kind of sent them in their separate ways. But I like how we didn't find that out until like the middle of the book, because like we all trying to figure out what happened. Like, y'all keep alluding to what happened, and then to find out that's what happened, it's like, yeah. And then your mama sent that boy to prison. Like, I don't know how she talked to her after that.
But she didn't know.
Yeah, no, I'm saying after she learned all that, and I get she gotta write her new story, so she needed her mama. But child, I would have iced my mama out after telling me that. Like, are you crazy?
Right, and I
just told this boy I ain't never letting you get locked back up, and then my mama come lock you up.
And he seemed really when I think of Shane, his younger self, I think he reminds me of this guy. Like, you know, that weirdo guy that's in your class in school with the hoodie over his head, with the black hoodie. He got a little notebook and he writing around, but he wanna like.
They said he was cute though.
Yeah, but he makes me think of like Strange. So when I think of his younger self, I'm like thinking all the way to his older self, I'm thinking like, dang, you really did like a 360. Like, you seem like such a different person as an adult.
He dealt with a lot of trauma, child. Woo.
Yeah, you thinking that you, like, killed your adoptive mom and, like, all this other stuff. Like, yeah, it's a huge, just their 7 days with each other, which is very, I guess it was a turning point. I feel like
it was for both of them.
Yeah, for both of them.
Because that's where he wrote his first book, was when he got locked up. He wrote 8, and when he was in prison.
And it affected the rest of their lives. I feel like that 1 week affected the rest of their lives.
And I really feel like she couldn't get him out of her system, so she had to write him out of her system. Like, and that's how she started basing these characters and whatnot. Like, it really changed both of them.
It's like, you start writing about me. Stop you first. Like, y'all are cute. Like, hold on.
It was cute.
Okay, let me move on to the next question. It says, the potential director for the Cursed movie adaptation states that the characters need to be white to be accessible. What are some instances of whitewashing you've witnessed in popular culture? Discuss the repercussions this has on our culture and society. I can't think of
I would say in the past, in the 2020s and the 2010s, we ain't play that shit. Like, we can think of something from like 20, 30 years ago, but like millennials, when we started coming of age, we didn't play that shit the way the previous generations did. Like no, because authors now know, or Annie Studios, if somebody is written to be like white, like black, they need to be black. I think the last thing that slightly comes to mind is like them light skin washing the girl from The Hate You Give. Like, in the book, she was very much a dark skinned black girl growing up. Like, it affected a lot, like her self-esteem, all the different stuff that she dealt with, like racially. And so like they made it a biracial girl who has kind of weird politics, and they made her like the star of the movie. But that's like literally the most recent thing that I can think of, and that was like 10 years ago.
And I feel like it's so, and I think people don't do it now because they know it's disrespectful.
It is.
Yeah. So,
and they know this generation calls out. Like, we don't play that.
Yeah, and I just thought, like, why would you think that's okay? When of course it's in the book or whatever. Like, why would you think
that was
that's
crazy
okay when it's specific?
And she gonna say yes. Like, I'm glad they figured it all out. She got with she found her Ryan Coogler to go and direct her thing, which she should have did in the first place. How you let these white people come in here and tell you got a series of books and you trying to tell me to make my main characters white? That pissed me off in that book. Yeah, I'm like, girl, no.
Yeah, I would have automatically
done.
No, yeah.
And if this person is reaching out to you, you best believe there's another set of people ready to reach out to you. Like, girl, no, don't you check. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, that was.
That wouldn't have been no conversation.
All right, it would have been just like, never mind. Give me my movie rights, book rights,
nothing,
none of this, nothing. It's already
we'll be fine.
Like, that shouldn't even be a suggestion. But that's
right. Like, Spielberg wouldn't even do no shit like that. Like, no, you respect the black story.
That's what them folks do. That's what
they do. Like,
and
not white.
Feel like,
don't y'all already got a Twilight? Don't y'all already got like a...
Right, because that's what I was thinking instantly when I thought. But I be thinking that them folks, they be thinking that stuff kind of like belongs to them, in a sense. When I've seen hella family,
when it really belongs to us.
Yeah,
like y'all wouldn't know what hoodoo, voodoo, magic, and none of that was if black people hadn't been forced to come to this country.
Right. I've seen vampires in Brooklyn.
Right. Have you not seen that wig?
I know, right? I've been exposed to vampires all my life.
I have memory flooded in. Oh my god.
Okay, let me watch the next question. Okay. Yeah, no. So it made me think of it because I just watched that documentary on Netflix of Eddie Murphy not too long ago. So I was just like, I forgot he did
that was real good.
Okay. Alright, it says, next question. It says, Eva Mercy has spent much of her adult life too busy with work and motherhood to date. She has also been too scared. Discuss the ways that these 7 days in June allow Eva to be vulnerable and open herself up to love. How have your own experiences with love made you feel vulnerable?
Oh, not trying to get up in my business.
Well, you can talk about that first because right now I don't like men. Just let y'all know. I don't like men like that.
Well, without getting too far into my tea, in my current relationship, before I met him, I was sworn off of them completely. Like, I was like, I don't have time for this. Like, literally, a man in a relationship was the first thing from my mind. And it was the first time in my life, like, really, in my adult life, that I had gotten to a point where I don't care. Like, I don't need no nothing. I'll be rich auntie who lives far away and come see y'all. Like, I got kids around me. I'm fine. Right. But, like, this nigga came out of nowhere, and we ended up, like, meeting each other, and it was, like, right around when COVID started, so we was quarantined together a lot, and that's what kind of, like, changed me on that, but, yeah, I guess there was a level of vulnerability there, like, somebody who sees you all the time. It's like when you have a roommate, and y'all become, like, real good friends. It's like, kind of don't have a choice but to see the good and the bad, and, like, revealing the bad is, like, something that I just don't like, but you kind of had to there, and it, like, brought us close. We've been together almost 6 years now.
I feel like they just, in this book, Eva and Shane, they just click. They always just click.
They did.
And I think
and nobody saw him, and nobody had seen her before both of them saw each other, and that's what it really was.
Yeah, because I'm not going to say, like, just two random people just meeting for 7 days is going to work. You have to click with somebody. Like,
absolutely,
that's just what it is. Because I've met several dudes where it's just like, it's nothing there. Like, I can't even have a conversation with you. It's just like, you're boring. Like, we don't really got nothing in common. Like, you see that they both had things in common. They just clicked.
Yeah.
That's just how they were. So I think they blended back together. It was just an easy thing. It was just an easy thing.
They went right back to the way it used to be.
Yeah, they always, I know they only knew each other for 7 days when they were teenagers, but it's just they clicked. Like, it was
meant to be.
You know how some people get married like within 3 months or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Click. That's just what it is. It's not impossible. Like, it's just like, people be like, no, you ain't known that person. No, sometimes you just, it happens.
Like, I could have known this person for a decade and end up, like, together and we split up. Like, it don't matter. Like, when it's just something you gotta feel.
Yeah. Because you don't know if you ain't really fucking with somebody.
Yeah, you absolutely know immediately. And then you, like, sometimes you might go through that period of like, well, maybe I'll try to make this work, or I like this about them, but I don't like a lot of these other things. It's just like, it's just not gonna work. You know in the back of your mind, like, nah, B.
You know if you like, you know if you like somebody. Like, it's just, yeah. So I think,
or if you're immediately like, get out of my house.
Yeah, it's just kind of like this. That's I was going to say the thing about, like, houses or whatever. I was going to say that I have this thing.
That's true, though.
What?
Like, because I don't know if that's where you were going with it, but I was thinking, like, it's like when you're looking for a new place and you know immediately, like, this ain't going to work for me. Like, or this is going to work for me. It's just like.
That's a good example. That is a good example. Yeah. But I was going to say I have this thing now with men and how when I move to my new place, like, no man can't. I have this thing where I don't want no man in my house eating up my food. Like, I just don't like. I have this thing right now where I hate men.
You know what, though? after having lived with a man, I can concur with that though, because I'm just like, it feels good when you like have your own space, and I can worry about the things that I left in the fridge or in that cabinet for myself. It's still there.
Look,
that's a different type of power.
I can make a long list of why I can't live with no man no more. I feel like when I get married, we're going to have to buy a duplex. And
definitely.
Have one your side of the house, and I have my side of the house. And
we're going to need a couple masters. Yep, I've already felt like in my dream house, we need a couple of master suites because I need my own room. Like, I need my own space.
Yeah, so I just have this thing. So I'm glad you answered that question because right now, I don't like men, so whenever this person I meet and I click with, that's gonna be the person you gonna know I just like them. Because like right now, I really don't like men.
I feel that though.
Like the dating pool.
I feel like every woman gets to that point at one point. Like at some point, every woman reaches that. I'm done. I don't care. I'm not interested. Like if it happens, cool, but I'm not looking for it, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. It says, Eva and Shane both feel like misfits and outsiders. When they meet, they seem to understand each other on a molecular level. I think we already kind of like talked about this. What does 7 days in June make you feel about the importance of being loved and understood by someone else? Discuss what the novel says about allowing yourself to be seen and accepted for who you are.
That's literally what we was just talking about.
I know, right? It's crazy. They just click, y'all. They just
yeah.
Click. So,
and again, like being seen, like she was like had overlooked a lot. Her mama wasn't paying no attention to her. She had all these men that she had to keep getting used to and being weird.
She was already married before when her daughter's father is. So she was already married to him, and he's moved on and married again.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Told her he wanted a wife, not a patient, which was awful.
I know that is sucky. So, because when you do get married, you have to accept them for better or for worse. So I think that is sucky, but
I think it was gross.
Is it gonna be messed up if I do say this? Like I kind of like understand in a sense.
No, like that's it's honest. Yeah. But that's something you do before you get married. Like, I'm sure she was having these headaches beforehand, sir. But, like, still, I think that's fine.
It's a little off topic. Have you seen on TikTok of that man who is in a wheelchair and who is, like, harassing his ex-girlfriend?
No. No.
And somebody in the comments said, "Now this is optional abuse because you could easily stuck a." I'm so sorry. This is so off topic. I'm sorry. They say you could easily stuck like a broomstick in his like wheels and he ain't go nowhere. Like he's like literally harassing her. Like he's like crawling underneath like the cars. Like he'll be on the ground like this with his homeboy outside where she at. And I'm like, y'all, Girl, you're choosing this at this point.
This optional abuse is crazy.
Because all you have to do is get a second floor apartment. That's all you have to do.
Right? Something with some steps. Like, why are you choosing to let him like do this? That's crazy.
I gotta find a video, but I'm just like,
because now I need to see.
No, but he is being like in the videos, like he is being asshole, being pure jerk. Like he's really unbearable. And
that's terrifying. Because like, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
But he keeps popping up. Like somebody said, put that video on Diary of a Mad Black Woman when she had 3 Charles and
threw him in that. I promise the first thing popped in my head, girl, I'd have flipped him out that chair.
Okay, let's move to the next question. I'm sorry that was so off topic because when I thought of like for better or worse and thinking of somebody in him, I just instantly thought of that man in that wheelchair. Okay.
That's awful.
Next question. It says, motherhood, mothering, and what we carry through generations are themes at the core of 7 Days in June. Discuss the ways that both Lizette and Eva carry traumas of their ancestors with them and the ways it makes Eva intent on not repeating the cycle with, was that her name Audrey? Audrey. Okay.
Like Audrey Lorde.
Yeah, because my sister's name is Audrey, but my sister spells it with a Y. So I was like, okay. So it says, how have you seen this play out in your own life, in your relationships with your parents or your children? And I've just finished talking with my mom about this. She said that, my mom said that her mom was like mean, but my mom wasn't a mean person. So I asked her, like, how do you not be mean? Because my mom used to be very loving, like actually like give hugs and whatnot. And she's like that with my nephew as well. But her mom used to be like very mean. And her mom's mom used to be like very mean. So I wonder how that how did she break the cycle, or how did she, maybe I guess it's just in you, I guess, it's just maybe your personality, or,
Yeah.
how that may play out. My mom's a Pisces, too.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Water sign.
Yeah. So I always felt like that's why.
Yeah, I could say the same. Like my great grandma was like, I wouldn't say mean. She was just like very straight to business, and she was like that with everybody, kids, everybody included. She just like, it wasn't like really no playful bones in her body. And then my mom's mom, she was nice, but she had these seizures since she was a child, so she really was really under my great grandma's care till she passed away. But for the most part, my mama just wanted like a crop of kids of her own to love and take care of, because like she had to get it from other places. Like my grandma was there, but she was also, my mom was taking care of her, because while she's having these seizures, she was still outside, child. She at the bar, she's meeting men, she's doing everything. But like my mama really mothered herself and her sister, and so like I guess her way of turning it around, because she's very loving and nurturing to everybody now. But this is what I guess, if that's what you asked for and you got it, like it's easy to reverse that cycle. But I don't know how she did that.
Yeah, I think it's just a thing of knowing. I think you like subconsciously do it. Like it's just like I know I'm gonna be nicer. I think it's not something that you probably say out loud, but it's just something that you subconsciously say in your mind. Like it's like more so an awareness thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I feel like it is. Even in this book, Eva and her daughter, their relationship they have a great relationship.
It was beautiful.
It was even when she was getting in trouble, she was getting suspicious.
You could tell she was so outspoken though, and like direct with people, because you can tell that her mama had raised her to be open and direct. Like she felt seen enough to use her voice, which was very evident throughout the book.
Yeah, so you can tell the difference, and you can see that Eva and her mother, she's created this boundary with her mother just in general.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they only call each other twice a year or something.
Yeah, like 2-3 times a year for each of their birthdays. Like that's crazy. Yeah. But her mother had her own demons, child, and I don't know if we're getting back to the question. I'm not sure Lizette has worked out anything. Like it's great that she's taking accountability. Yeah, at all. And it's like, it's great she's found I guess it's good that she's found some other avenue in mentoring these young girls for these pageants and stuff. I guess that's something, but for the most part, girl, you haven't changed anything. You still that same ornery old bitch who sent my man to prison when I was in high school.
It was crazy is, that's why them old folks be though. Them boomers.
They do. They do.
That's how they be. They be like, I did the best I could with you. That's how they be.
Do. Oh my God.
Evil.
That's exactly what.
You see that in all movies.
Excuse me.
Everything, they just be like, I didn't have anything. Whose fault is that? I didn't ask this here.
I didn't ask for this. Why are you making that my fault?
Right. Like, I made sure you had food to eat like you were supposed to.
I did the best I could.
That's the classic line. I did the best I could with you, and if you feel that way,
that was not good enough. That was not a good job.
Like, all right, bro. If you think you just did a job well done, like I'm emotionally fucked up now. Like, okay.
Like, Jesus.
Right. Let's move on to the next question. It says, Shane works with students like Ty to give back to the community and heal from his own childhood trauma. Later, when he decides to coach basketball at the YMCA, he's found a different model of giving back without creating unhealthy dependencies. Discuss Shane's trajectory over these 7 days and the ways in which he grows. It was sad when that boy died.
That was so sad. And it would be the night that he decides, oh, maybe I can have a family, or a family feeling like he's just having a good time. But also, and not to victim blame here, but on that second or third call, because throughout the chapter, we can recall Ty calling like 5, 6, 7 times. Right. Boy, you could have returned that phone call. You gave this child your number in case of emergencies. And if somebody's calling me back to back, if I don't want to talk to somebody, I might ignore your call once. I might ignore it a second time. A third time, fourth time, something important is going on. You need to answer the doggone phone. Like, I'm sorry, he was kind of in the wrong there.
But I'm be honest as well. he was already there. The boy was already at whatever studio.
He was, but he had been calling him, trying to get in contact with him, getting there. Remember, he was like, still like, come on, Mr. Hall, like walking up to the door, like before dude showed up.
But what was he gonna do if the boy had?
And I get that, yeah,
like,
yeah.
He was already in a whole.
It wasn't nothing he could have done, but still, he could. I don't know. I didn't like the way he kept ignoring those calls. Yeah. He shouldn't have, and he told him not to. He did.
Yeah. So
but like ignoring that call, ignoring like 6-7 missed calls from a troubled teenager, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. I just thought it was very sad, but the boy was 13 or so, and I just thought it was.
He was just, like, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was like it was just a young dumb move. Like it was his own fault. He shouldn't have never went. He told him. Shane told him not to. That ain't it, or whatever you're trying to do, record songs or whatever it is. It don't sound right, so don't do it.
But you know, he's a rebellious like teenager. You know, their brain is still forming. It ain't even halfway formed at that point. He think he's doing like, maybe this rap will get me out. But boy, you ain't rapped in your life. You just started rapping 2 days ago, and you decide it was just a series of bad decisions.
And that's another thing. Like 13-year-old, you're not even thinking all the way. Your thought process ain't even thinking all the way, because you know you can't just blow up and start making money tomorrow with music. That's not how that works.
Like, what did you think was finna happen?
Like, that was just not knowing. You just kind of you're just young and it's unfortunate. It was very sad. It was very, very sad. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I wasn't expecting him
Me
to die.
either. Like, I was like, whoa, plot twist. Like, them last, like, I'm telling you, them last, like, maybe 50, 30, 40, 50 pages of this book, she had a few turns, because when they, like, broke up, when I tell you it crushed me, I was like, no. And then I'm like,
the next question.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
It says Eva and Shane's relationship illustrates that though two people can fall in love with one another, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are always ready to be together. Eva and Shane realized that to be together, they need to work on themselves. What were some of the ways that Shane and Eva needed to heal and deal with their past in order to be ready for one another? What does the novel say about being ready for love, being in love, and growing in love?
Nothing. They didn't need to do anything. They could have done everything together. Right. They didn't need to do anything separate. Like, as they ended up growing, like, as when I was like, like, this supposed to bring y'all together, and talking about I'm not ready. Like, and then you gonna let them walk away, and then I'm like. So I'm like, I'm thinking these last few pages, I'm like, I don't even care about the rest of this damn book and seeing how their lives turn out. But I'm glad I kept on going, because I was mad. But like, I don't think they needed to do anything. If you see it though, their change started happening when they got back in contact with one another.
Right. Like, y'all need to grow together and do all this stuff together. So I was just really confused. And it was very pointless in the book. Like, you know how they tried to wrap it
was.
And they was like, I'm just like, this was such a waste of, like, time. It reminded me of, like...
It was.
It reminded me of Yaz and Josiah. And Before I Let Go.
Oh, my God.
And why did y'all get divorced?
Yes.
Like, what happened? Like, this one y'all got divorced?
And them last few chapters, same thing. It's like these last few chapters, like, what are we doing? Why y'all still dancing around this? Why is you still at the therapist asking him, do y'all need to get back together? Like, stop playing these games with me.
And then the thing with that, therapists, spiritual advisors, like pastors, they're never going to tell you exactly like what to do. They're always going to say, like, you do what you want to do. Like, you gonna follow your heart regardless. So I hate when people ask direct questions of, what do you think I should do? You gonna do what you want to do regardless. Don't ask me like nothing. Like, when people ask me for my advice, what you think you should do? I don't want to tell you what
I tell you what I would do, but that's all I can tell you, because like, you have free will. You're gonna do whatever.
Yeah, right. So I just thought that little wrap up, but they ended up being together anyway.
Yes, and as they should.
I don't know if you've seen the sequel to this book, but it follows Audrey, her daughter. It follows her. Okay. It's like a little teen fiction book. I'm not gonna read it because I ain't really a big fan of like teen fiction. Now
me either. I thought you were gonna say she's like going to college or something.
She's like in high school. I think she's having like a little love thing. But in the book,
I don't think I'm interested.
Yeah,
in
I'm
that.
not gonna read it. But I read the back
the
of the
little
book.
boy that she has a crush on.
I think so. I don't know. I don't really care too much about the story. But I read the back of the book to see the summary, and Shane and Eva end up getting married and having a baby.
Oh.
Yes, And they call it a vampire
he gets his
baby
family.
or something. What do they call
They're
the baby?
so weird.
Right. I know, it was so cute. Like, oh, that's some Arthur shit.
He
That's
gets
so funny.
his family. I would read it just to see, like, the bad. You know how when you know, like, a crossover story, it's like,
Right.
hey, she's gonna run into her mama and run into everybody. I would read it just for that. I might.
Yeah, I don't know if I just read the back because I just wanted to see if they were going to.
I'm gonna read it and tell you about it because now I need to know. Like, that's beautiful.
I can't think of the name of the book right now at this time, but it is.
It's in the back of this book. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look.
It is. But yeah, I was just like, vampire baby. And you know what else I really like? I like seeing fandom. I like seeing people like.
I do too.
I know if we were to ever go to like one of these book conferences or one of these book fests, and we go into like one of these rooms that, like, what was the thing that they were having in Black Romance Book Fest that was in Atlanta? That's what they have. It already sold
like
out
that.
or whatever. I can just imagine the Kennedy Ryan section, and it's like, yeah.
Oh my God, all his wearing.
Because I feel like I'll be like that too. Like, oh my God, it's Kennedy Ryan. Like,
yeah. She's written enough different, like, she's got enough series and enough fans for it to be like that. I 100%.
But when I be seeing videos on Instagram, that's how it is. Like, that's how everybody is. Like, taking pictures. It's like, now it ain't as far as people, you know, dressing up in vampire shit like how in this book is. But I have vague, and it's funny as I'm going to bring this up. When I went to go see Housemaid, because it wasn't that many. I went during a weekday when I went to go see it.
Mm.
It was it made me think of, and it brought me back to when I was excited when I was a teenager and I was going to see Eclipse. And I don't know how my mama let me go see it at midnight. It was like a late night showing at midnight. I don't know how she let me see it, but I remember being super excited. I felt the same way about going to see The Housemaid again, and I had like a different version of Uggs. You know how you see a different version of yourself going to see a book adaptation. It was like that was me. I was just like, I'm excited. That's how I was. I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing The Housemaid. I feel like I'm 13 in 2009 again. I was like, So I like fandom. I like seeing people get excited about certain shit. Like me too.
It was like that with the last Harry Potter book. Like, that was the one that I went to go see, like, in theaters the day it came out. It was definitely like that.
Read some reviews. Okay, this girl, I ain't gonna call her no B word, but her name is Ebony, and it says, I gotta be cursed. Almost all of my incredibly anticipated 2021 releases are just not hitting for me. I know I'm the outlier with my writing on this book, but just hear me out. I see why folks love this. In my view, it had an extremely strong start and it had a lot of potential. It had the bones to be a knockout read for me, but didn't quite get there. I'll start with that. What I loved about. I'm not about to read all that, but she rated it 2 stars.
Girl, bye. Ebony, you're an idiot.
Next to 4 stars, 5 stars.
I think it was 5. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, and I think we liked it so much because we were introduced into that world of Arthur's. In that book
I definitely
world.
think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
because like I took a lot of notes from there just when they were talking about how the ideas come and then like how they ended up writing out all these experiences. It was beautiful to me. That's definitely why.
It's levels to this writing shit. It's levels. It's people like when they were at these discussion panels and stuff. It's people who write like you know how people be writing sections in certain like. You know, write certain essays or certain like topics and stuff. It's levels to this writing and shit. Like you can be a writer. Like it's just and it's even when they were at the award ceremonies, it's different categories for these books
and genres. Yeah,
it's levels to this shit. It's like a whole like just like how artists are like music artists. Like it's different genres. It's different things. Like books, that's a whole different. It's a whole different ball game. Like that's just
they didn't want to a lot of them didn't want to put no respect on Eva's name because she was writing vampire and witch and sexy lit. But then again, she has a whole section of a fan base over here. Like it's different. You had the Hotep nigga up there who did all that black man stuff, and then you got the woke black femmes. You got the woke black lesbians. Like it's a lot of different types of genres. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I wonder how I've always been curious about this with Arthur's. how do you become, with me, and this is where I always struggled with trying to write a book. It's hard. I feel like it's hard to make your own stories when you're reading other people's stories. So, because I'm scared, I'm always scared I don't want to sound like somebody else. So I always wonder, how do people, just like with music artists, how do you record music without trying to sound like somebody else? How do you write without trying to sound like someone else's work? So yeah, I think it was cool that they're all fans of each other. They actually read each other's work.
Yeah, that's why I was like, because like I think it's about acknowledging the influence. Like if you're influenced by something here, I think it's okay with like letting you know. I like with samples and like all that stuff, but it's okay with like, I got this ideas here and that's how it started. But from there, you can start to see where your own ideas take shape. For me, like that's kind of where it is.
Yeah, because even like with Tyler Perry and how he be writing, they be saying like he be writing off the wall shit, but I feel like it just gets I feel like it was more so just your imagination flowing. Like you can start talking about somebody jumping off a building and they get saved by some strange crackhead or something. You know, it just like it goes into this whole little like thing.
Yeah, but you go down these different
so but I always wondered like how I always see like online, for example, I follow both Tia Williams and Kennedy Ryan on Instagram, and they always like shout each other out, be fans of each other's work. Even with Christina Forrest and Jasmine Guillory, like they're all like everybody's fans of like one another. They always see their like ratings on Goodreads as well, like of them reading the books. Like they always like. They be hyping each other up. So I just wonder how you can still write your book, come out with a book every year, you know what I'm saying, and still be, you know, fans of other people's work. So I always just thought that was cool.
That concludes this week's episode of the Booked and Busy podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to tune in with us next week when we review The Close Up by Kennedy Ryan. Thank you. Bye.